What's up, guys? It's Crash, and today I want to talk just a little bit about the creeping concerns I have about the reasons and stuff and the implications of the alpha being delayed. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because I want to hear from you guys what you think, what your feelings are. I want to gauge, my small community about where you guys are feeling about the things that are going on and the change in tone we saw about the alpha. This is not to dog on a game. This is not to dog on the developers, because honestly, I think they've done a really good job so far of communicating with the Battlefield briefings the last couple weeks. The one last time was awesome. The community manager clarified some things on Crossplay. He's been active on Reddit and on Twitter, and I definitely commend all that. I think this could use just a little bit more attention. We could hear just a little bit more from DICE about what's going on and why, because I'll show you guys some examples. There was a definite change in tone when it comes to the alpha. So what I mean by that is, on the technical play test, we just found out this week, actually a few days ago, that we can confirm that crossplay is what we're looking into, and to accommodate that, we've made the decision to move the technical play test to later this summer, so we'll have the opportunity to test crossplay functionality. Now, there's a couple things that struck me about this, and the main one was, if you guys will remember, back in early March, Laura Miele, the head of EA Studios, said in an official DICE blog, said that the project is tracking towards the franchise's earliest alpha. The gameplay is at an unprecedented scale, and we are taking full advantage of the technology in next-gen consoles. Now, that is a lot different than now here we are in July, and it's actually being delayed until August. So it went from being the earliest to now it's being delayed, which, if you read into the technical playtest thing, it sounds like it's because they want to accommodate cross-play testing. Now, basically, two things are my concerns, and I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of all this? But two things come to my mind. One is, was crossplay an afterthought? It kind of seems like maybe crossplay wasn't in the game the whole time. They weren't able to test it yet, or they weren't able to implement it into the game in time to go ahead with the scheduled alpha in early July, which that was even just during the reveal. They talked about the playtest being in July. So up until very recently, it seems like they want to delay this due to crossplay. And crossplay in and of itself has come up with a few concerns from the community. A lot of folks are upset that there's not a console only crossplay option. You either have PC playing with next gen consoles all in one state of crossplay, or if you shut it off, you're only with your platform. There's no crossplay, among just consoles and then PC. And a few people are upset about that, because it appears Xbox Series X and S players will not be able to play with PS5 players without also introducing the PC players. So that's brought a little bit of disappointment, and also lends to the credibility of, was crossplay added late? Were they like, oh, we need to add this, everyone else is doing it, a little bit late into the development cycle? Hopefully it's not buggy. That's a whole nother can of worms and things like that. But I understand they can't test crossplay until they do the technical test, but it was scheduled in July. Back in March, it was supposed to be the earliest alpha ever. It seems like sometime in between there, they talked about adding crossplay, and that seems a little late in the game, in my opinion. Along those same lines with being late in the game, what this does, and this is the other thing that I'm thinking about, whenever you delay the alpha, that also delays the beta. And guys, we're less than 100 days to release. We're 3 months out, which I cannot be more excited for. I don't want this video to sound too negative, because I am honestly amped as I've ever been for a video game release, guys. But what that does is it basically takes a month off of the time between the beta and release. So if we have the playtest in August, that means the beta they'll have to do some changes. That means the beta will probably be in September, and then the game releases right after that in mid-October. So that does not leave a lot of time for changes and things. And that basically, what that did to me is, my hopes for alphas and betas are to actually be that, to be tests where things are tested, balance changes can be made, bugs can be found, fixed, and everything like that to actually help before release. But putting a beta just before release almost turns that into a playtest demo, in my opinion, a form of advertising. And I was hoping that it would be more of an actual test to fix bugs. I'm sure there are things that can be fixed. Weapon balances and things like that can obviously be changed, probably pretty easy. That's likely built into the engine. But I just worry about, coming up to that crunch time of release being really close to the alpha and the beta, not a lot of time to fix things if needed, but they obviously know better than I do. These are just two things that popped in my head when they talked about the technical playtest being delayed. I want to know what you guys think. That is essentially all I had to talk about today. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.